Hey everybody, NVIDIA blew the cover off the ball with their earnings reports last night. So why is the stock not trading up 22% like it was last quarter? Well, it comes back to that video we had just a few days ago. I'm going to go into depth on that. Also, the price that I'm looking to buy in NVIDIA at, it's around $440, but I'm going to share something with you. I don't want to buy it for $440. I want to buy it for a fraction of the cost. And I've got a strategy that I use to do exactly that. Think about around $120 or $125 share equivalent on NVIDIA. That's the price I'm looking to pay. I'll share that with you in just a second. Let's jump into what happened or what's going on right now with NVIDIA. So it's around 1 o'clock or so the day after NVIDIA's report. I did a video 2 days ago on NVIDIA, my expectations, and it's all about expectations. Expectations for their earnings were through the roof. The stock did two things here. First of all, we saw analysts that were upping their expectations right up to the last minute into the report. If you didn't catch any of the media reports, they were looking at NVIDIA as right now, the king of the stock market and the thing that was going to reverse this little summer slump that we've been in, saying that NVIDIA's results were going to be able to give the market a lift. Now, those expectations are lofty. And you know, there's a big rule out there. You always buy the rumor and then you sell the news. And that's exactly what's going on. I detailed it. Make sure you go back and check that video out. Some of you were right in there with me saying that, hey, if NVIDIA beats, it's going to go above $515, $525 in the after hours. And that's exactly what it did. But also said it's going to dip back below that 500 level, which is the level that I was watching for the stock to dip below. Now, I gave you two different outcomes during that video. I said if the stock beats, I still think it pulls back, and I want to buy it around $440. We're going to go through this chart, and I'll explain that right now. So $440 is simply right here, that 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average on NVIDIA has been a great source of support over the last year or so. And when you look at the 50 days trend, anytime it's trending higher like this, statistically, you can go back and quantify this. There's a 2 out of 3 chance, 2 out of 3 days, the stock is going to close higher. It's this old rule that everybody loves to say, but this quantifies it, and that is the trend is your friend. For that reason, I look to pick up shares at $440. But again, I already said, I don't want to pay that much. I actually want to pay much less, and I've got a way that I do it between 120 and 125. Now, if we break below that 440 level and start to see some more selling, and we could, let's go over and look at why. The NASDAQ 100 real quickly, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole talking about the market, but it applies to NVIDIA shares. Right now, we're seeing that summer seasonality slump, right? The summer, August and September specifically, are bad for the market historically. They're the two worst months in terms of volatility and in terms of returns. So when you look at August and September, forget about sell in May, go away. Just look at August and September because that's when all of the selling hits. So when we put this into play, as the market starts to roll back over after a little bit of a rally here for the last week, you start to think, okay, if the market is going to be selling on the broader indices, it always puts pressure on companies like Microsoft, Google, NVIDIA, even though you just came out of a good earnings report. It is going to magnify that sell the news. And remember, we saw the stock rally. I gave you the details in the previous video. When you see a stock rally like that, 13 out of the last 19 earnings season, in NVIDIA's case, when it rallied or sold off, the stock went the opposite direction. That's what I'm expecting to see, and that's why I start to target that $440 area instead of spending the money to buy it up around $5 or even $520. I feel sorry for the people who were buying it after the close last night. So $440 a share is my first target. If I really wanted to stretch it out, I'd say 400, but I'm happy to get into a long term. I'm not trading for the next couple of weeks. I'm not trading for the next couple of months when I add this position. I am looking over the next couple of years because I know the trend is going to be alive for NVIDIA and well, and this stock that's up over 220% year to date is going to make that look like peanuts over the next 2 years. So I want to hold these shares or control shares of NVIDIA. Now, at $440, I like to go out and buy round lots because I can take advantage of a couple of other strategies when I have 100 shares of a stock in my portfolio. I can't do that with NVIDIA without laying $44,000. $44,000 on the table to buy 100 shares at $440. So I look for strategies that I can use to actually get in for less. And I have one that allows me to participate in a long-term trend all the way out to January of 2025, even further. And I can use this on NVIDIA to get the stock price down to an equivalent of $122. It's called a leap option. It is a long-term option. I know options sound, you think that it's something that I have to be watching my screen every day and all of that. No, the idea behind a leap is that you can purchase it and then let it go along with the trend in the market or an individual stock. That's why the CBOE created them in 1990, to actually avoid the need to market time. So I look at the option that I am going to pick, that leap that I'm going to pick, along with the expiration that is way out in January 2025. And right now, it's trading for the equivalent of $123 a share for NVIDIA. So I can control 100 shares of NVIDIA for $123 per share instead of buying 100 shares of NVIDIA at $440 a share. If you want to find out more about this strategy, go ahead and click the link that is in the description for this video. I'm going to be following NVIDIA over the next couple of days. I'll update you as the stock pulls back, crosses down to that 50-day moving average, and we'll give you a little more information. This is a strategy that I use across all AI stocks, energy stocks, all types of stocks that I'd like to control for a fraction of the price. So make sure you click it, get a little bit of information and education on how you can do this. You don't have to do it with someone like myself, but learning how to do it is key and allows you to take advantage of these type of trends. So let me wrap this thing up for you. NVIDIA right now trading around $485, $490. After it popped above $500, I am looking for the stock to pull back to $440 because this sell the news situation and the weakness in the market is looking to pull the stock down further. At that point, I want to be a buyer in the long-term trend as indicated by the stock's 50-day moving average and even longer trend lines that I watch. If you look at if you look at any time period right now on NVIDIA, it's one of those stocks that has truly been in a nice bullish trend. I want to be a part of that. I don't want to pay $440. I want to pay under $130 a share equivalent so I can control those 100 shares and participate in this trend. Got that strategy. Again, just link in the bio. Don't forget to add me. Get your subscription going with us because we've got a lot more ideas like this. And go ahead and give us a like while you're at it as well. Chris Johnson with Money Morning, wishing you the best trading success. Have a great day, guys.